It says, appreciated to CGTN for your beautiful initiative that you organize is useful for developing country like Bhutan. Well, thank you so much for your submission and also your attention as well. And my question is there any possibility for COVID-19 to disappear? If so, when do you think? Wow. 这个网友是来自不丹，他说呢，我们这次组织的这个对话和这个节目，对于像不丹这样的发展中国家来说，非常非常的重要，也很有帮助。他的问题呢是，您觉得像 COVID-19 这样的疫情，什么时候可能会消失？如果有这种情况的话，大概什么时候可能会发生？这个问题可能有一点难哦。So let's see if our doctors may have some of the opinion on that front. Let's see, Dr. Wu. So. 我们从吴医生开始 Dr. Wu, do you have any? Yes.
Just my personal opinion, that really depends on what kind of time period are we talking about. In short term, the answer is no. Obviously, the pandemic is still, increasing, it's getting worse every day. But in the long run, I would be rather optimistic because we see in the long time of evolution, many types of viruses chose to live with us instead of killing us all. For example, like a cytomegalovirus, CMV,
right?
Nearly 80 to 90% of people, healthy people with no symptoms at all, tested positive for CMV, which means that the CMV has been already, getting to our genes and live with us. So I think maybe in the long run, I would be optimistic. And also the vaccination is also, hopeful for to help us to get through.
Okay, so what about the other two doctors? Li Yisheng, Liu Yisheng.
I agree with Dr. Wu's idea. So what I want to add is what we noticed that according to the data we have seen in Saudi Arabia. So previously I thought once the temperature go up, the virus can disappear, but actually it's not. But the difference is we noticed that the fever is really much lower than previous, in Wuhan and in other cities in China. So what we compare, they are all Chinese patients. Some of them they live in Saudi Arabia, some live in China. So you can see here. So the symptoms tend to be mild and mild. So that we thought, we believe, the virus will eventually exist with us, and we must live with COVID. And the difference is the virus will not kill us, and they tend to be mild and mild. Thank you.
Thank you.
我同意两位吴教授和这个李教授的观点。那么新冠肺炎的具体走向如何呢？短期之内确实是全球医疗卫生领域的，还有这个公共卫生领域的一个重大的事件，看大家控制的情况怎么样，是不是国家和民众愿意付出巨大的努力和巨大的决心，以及巨大的人力和物力来控制这个疫情。那么随着控制疫情以后呢，伴随着咱们就是治疗。当然呢，远期情景呢，可能我觉得主要还要看这么几个情况。前期你如果控制的好，或者治疗的比较好的话呢，远期的负担可能会少一些。另外一个呢，当然我们还要有一定的程度要寄希望于这个新冠肺炎的这个新冠病毒的疫苗的产生。如果能够明确制造出有效的疫苗，而病毒的变异性又不是特别强的话，也许可能以后这个新冠肺炎呢，新冠病毒呢，可能就会被逐渐的被抑制到。但是呢，在大家确实业内也有这么一个共同的观点，就可能随着时间的推移，那么这个新冠病毒和人就是一个长久共存的状态。也许以后呢，这个新冠病毒导致人体产生的疾病，并不是新冠肺炎，而类似于新冠流感这样的，就像现在咱们的甲流啊，或者是乙流，或者说是呢，如果在长久共存的，它的影响力更大一点的话，可能类似于肝炎病毒这一类的。当然，肝炎病毒是经血液传播的，那么这个经呼吸道和飞沫传播的。这个可能是另外一种形式，很有可能是人类和新冠病毒共存的情况。比方说像咱们现在这个每年到冬春季节，流感季节到来的时候，咱们要打一些流感疫苗啊，咱们要关注设一些这个发热门诊啊，还有一些关注一些不明原因肺炎的病例呢。那以后很有可能是在长久以后的时候呢，我们关注的不再是一个流感，甲型乙型流感，而是甲型乙型流感和新冠流感类似这种情况。好，所以说这些，谢谢。
好的，谢谢。 Translator,
So
please.
first of all, totally agree with our Chinese colleagues. So the point I would like to say is like, for sure, you need to depend on that you would like to see it from a short term or long term. And for the short term, we can see that still a global pandemic. This is a big threat to the public health systems. So it depends on the government and also each individual in different countries. So it's depend on three things. First, whether the government and everyone have that decisive to work together to win the battle against COVID-19. And second, if everyone would like to pay the bill at any cost. And third, whether everyone would like to invest resources to kill the virus. And because we would emphasize the short term, because the efforts made in the short term can pave the way toward the bright future in the long term. And that also depends on another hope, which is the effective virus. This is the magic bullet, the weapon for us to dance with the virus, because we have to live with the virus for a longer time. And we talk about if the virus not mutate too much, we believe we can find the solution by having the effective virus, the effective vaccine. And we talk about in the future, maybe that is, we not call it the COVID-19 or pneumonia. We may call it based on, right now we have the seasonal, the influenza A, influenza B. Maybe in the future, we also will add on the influenza pneumonia. Maybe we have a name for that. We talk about the hepatitis. That's the virus that's the transmitted by blood. So we talk about the in the spring season or the winter season as the frequent occurrence of the seasonal flu. So everyone would like to get an injection of virus. So in the future, because we know pneumonia actually transmitted by the airdrop, especially the COVID-19, that's through the airdrop or the direct contacts. So we maybe in the future, we will monitor closely the influenza A, influenza B, and maybe the pneumonia influenza. So that's my idea.